Now I'm getting a warning about the meeting being recorded.
What's that?
I'm getting a pop-up saying that the meeting is being recorded in addition to the voice.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it's because I already started it before you.
Yeah, I should have worn my Blue Jays cap.
Oh.
How quickly you
Season's
turn!
officially over.
How quickly you turn! Where's that support? Undying support for the team that can never. Oh my God! What a disaster!
Brutal.
What a disaster! I told you should have stopped watching after period 2.
I know. It was.
Actually, I did.
It was a rough one.
Oh,
I watched right to the last buzzer, but I don't know the way I mean, Leaf fans have been telling themselves this for 17 years, so it's there's always next season. But I just think of how long it took for Ovi to Ovechkin to win the cup.
How long?
He was 32 years old, I think.
Sorry, I have no frame of reference. That's a lot?
Well, like Matthews, for example, is probably 24, 25. So Ovi had been in the league. Like they had good teams for many, many years.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's one of those things. There's 30 teams in the league and only one can win the cup every year. So, but I mean, the team had like their power play had sucked for the last part of the season. They lost a number of games at the end of the season that they should have won. So they were just not clicking. Oh, well, there's always next season.
Yeah, for everyone's watching, this is what happens every year.
That's right.
They get kicked out, and then all of the fans try to lift themselves up and the team up and provide excuses for why. That's
the thing that makes it worse this season is that we lost to Montreal.
Is that a big deal?
Well, Montreal and Toronto are just historically huge rivals, although they haven't played in the playoffs since 1979.
Wow.
So
what about Ottawa?
And the reason it's significant for me is because my brother-in-law is a big Habs fan. So the fact that he's been rubbing it in my face for the whole time we've been friends, that Montreal is a better team than Toronto, and this was going to be my chance to rub it back. Not so much.
Well, that didn't quite work out the way you wanted it, did it?
No, it didn't. It did not at all. Oh, well. I still get the last laugh because I married his sister, so.
I hope your wife is not watching this because I don't know how to take that.
Anyway, I got some big news.
And Jamie came back.
He did indeed.
What did he say?
So I messaged him this morning and said, because he was on holiday last week.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bother him yesterday, like on the first day back on holiday.
Yeah.
So I just sent him a message saying, hope you had a great holiday, just touching base to see if your team had any feedback on the app, blah, blah, blah. And he sent me a picture of their feedback. So I guess they didn't actually use the app. They just had the link to the web page that I created that had a video about how it worked. So they reviewed it. General comments was, it looks great. It's a good idea. Looks like you put so much work into this, et cetera, et cetera. Some questions about the how it integrates in with the course, and will it supplement the course or will it take away from the course? Like, will people try to use the app, like these little snippets instead of the actual content, which is easy because we can remedy that by doing drip content. So you could conceivably only release content after each module is released, so that you would never have, you'd only have it
preview,
as a support.
Or you can have access depending on the courses that people took.
Yeah. Anyway, so he basically said it's good enough to justify a test, But he said, I want to raise one small managing expectations flag. To take the app from beta test to live product requires a bunch of thought, potential work around branding, keeping things fresh and up to date, marketing, et cetera, et cetera. Happy to do the beta test right away. I think it'll be very cool. And I've got a team here that are already up to their eyeballs with other stuff. So things may not proceed quickly once we're done the beta test as we would like. Are you okay with that? Basically.
Did you share the picture of the Trello board that you're working with? And say
no.
What?
So I said, yeah. Wow, that's great. Thanks for managing my expectations. I totally understand the situation and I'm happy to do the heavy lifting on this and to be patient with the process. Do you have an idea for the best way to communicate with the group? Facebook post to the Thriving Coaches Blueprint or mention it on Wednesday's call. So he said, why don't you do a draft Facebook post to me to put into the group, and then I'll include a call to action at the end of it, and we can mention it on tomorrow's call as well. So I sent him the post that I had prepared, and I adjusted the dates on the web page and everything, which I think this bodes well too for making a good impression, that I've already got everything ready to go. And then he sent it back. He said, great pro tip. If you include a URL on a Facebook post, the Facebook algorithm instantly deprioritizes it, so very few people see the post. So I said, good to know. What's the secret for getting people to the page? And then he sent me a picture of the post that he's going to do. So it's going to say, question, which just says Q: want to try out a new app to help you get clients? Our very own Greg Fisher has created a beta test version of an app based on the materials in the Thriving Coaches Blueprint. Its purpose: to keep everything you've learned top of mind, help you get clients and grow your practice. Its working title is The Little App of Clarity, and it is easily digestible bite-sized clips of content you'd be familiar with. It's designed so you can quickly find what you need, get some inspiration, and refresh your knowledge on the spot when you need it the most. The beta test will be free, and we'll be running it for 2 weeks starting June 7th and then getting your feedback. Question: would you like to be part of the beta test team? Let us know in the comments below and we'll circle back with access details shortly.
He wrote that?
Well, I wrote half of it.
And he massaged it.
And he set it up this way. Like 80% of this writing is what I'd written, but he just framed it this way. And then, so basically there's no link here. His secret is to post it as a question. So I responded to that saying, so he did that image and he says, notice my use of cheese. It's quite a smiley face. So I said, yeah, expertly done. There was a one typo, but otherwise it's perfect. So yeah, he's going to be posting that today, and we're off to the races. So yeah, so that's excellent news.
That is.
I mean, I don't know what it's going to mean in terms of timing and expectations, but hopefully the best case scenario is the test comes back and everyone loves it and says they'd be willing to pay for it, because that would obviously make it more of a thing to pursue on his end.
Of course. So how are you going to manage the beta?
Well, I've got a web page where they'll get a URL to go to that page to sign up with their email. Then they'll get an automatic email that says, thank you, you're on the team. Then on June 6th, they'll get an email with the app URL and the instructions of how to download it onto their phone. Mm-hmm. And then probably over the course of the 2 weeks, I'll set up some kind of a sequence or communication with them that gives them like tips and, here's how you use it. Here's different use cases.
Yep.
And then once the 2 weeks is done, I'll set up interviews with each of the people to basically ask similar questions of what we've set up for our test.
Yep.
And then recap that back to Jamie and figure out next steps from there.
Yeah, one reco is just to make sure whoever signs up for the beta test, make sure that they respond to your emails.
Yes.
Just put it out there. Like, look, I'm going to send you a test email. You should receive it in the next half hour. Please respond to this email with, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
What is the weather like in where you are? Because that will make sure that everything else that you're going to be sending them will be delivered. Because
it doesn't go to their bulk.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, I have most of the people in the group I'm also friends with now on Facebook, so I can.
Oh, that's Beautiful.
I can make sure they get the communication.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, that's a good way to start. Well, and I got up at like 5:20. So I launched new Google ads already this morning for my Leadership for Teens course and my interview simulator course. I've had late at the end of the day yesterday, I sent out probably 20 direct messages on LinkedIn to various people on my network about my Facebook group that I'm starting tomorrow.
Yep.
I've had 2 people sign up already from that. So yeah, good.
You're up to your eyeballs in project.
Good times.
This will convert. This will convert.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh,
And the thing when I was setting up the
so.
Google ads this morning, I don't know what the hell I was doing last time on Google ads, but and I don't know if they've changed their process, but it was a much different experience I had this time. That was much more like the Facebook experience, like adding the copy and the graphics and things. So
Oh yeah, because the first time you go to do Google ads, it gives you a simplified interface.
yeah,
It's kind of like, oh, just build an app. Oh, select this and select that. And then when you go back, it's the full interface of Google Ads.
Yeah.
With the campaign, the ad sets, and the ads.
Yeah. So we'll see if this does anything more than I got last time.
You need help?
Do I need any help with what, the Google ads?
No, I mean with anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking with this Clarity app thing.
Yeah.
That may be looking to bring you into the fold on that as well. And if you're up to it.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to talk to anyone.
Yeah. No.
What again? Oh, here we go.
So we'll because I mean there's no question the value of having another set of eyes and another brain involved is like exponentially valuable.
Concur. Even with some of the stuff that's going on right now.
So anyway, that's
fantastic news. That's
big
like,
news.
Just like as long as it doesn't stall after the beta test, because well, I mean, the thing is,
well, I'm not really worried about it stalling because he runs several programs and he's got like a regular cadence over the course of the year. So I'm not sure if he does the Thriving Coaches Blueprint like twice a year. The Clarity program is once a year because it's like a 6-month program, and he's got other stuff. So, you know, there's always a new batch of people coming in somewhere in his business. So, I'm thinking is just how to position, because there's always going to be, there's obviously going to be some not hesitancy, but it's kind of like when you slap your name on it. I mean, it's your name on it, but he doesn't, there's everything he said about his team being busy. Yeah.
Does not preclude this from becoming a live app. Just based on what you and I have done thus far in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know how, but to convey the fact that, look, you can have a working beta, not a test beta, but a working beta for your team to review with full on corporate level security, because his app, the way you've designed it, is so much simpler than what we're doing right now.
Yes.
It's
well, right now it's very simple. Like it may get more complex if there's like content dripping and
that's fine, but it's all consumption. There's no kind of feedback.
Yeah, there's no
The only thing you would need to add is you would need to add notes that people can add. This is a user specific field. That's okay. That's damn. Just
and I had my first yesterday. I had my first legitimate sign up for my interview simulator 5-day challenge where they did the 2-step process.
What is this because the Leafs lost? It's kind of like the universe tilted.
That's right.
This like had to give. So this
it's like we took the Leafs away from you, but we're going to make your business work. It's like fair deal. I'll take it.
Right on. Right on. Right on.
So I gotta massage, make sure like they're scheduled to get their next email today at 3:29.
Mhm.
So I want to monitor that to make sure the email goes out, and then monitor to see if it gets opened,
Of course.
and so on.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel, and then the other thing I did the other day. So on LinkedIn, when it gives you your network recommendations or just like people you might know.
Yep.
So I noticed there's a bunch of people in my list that have the open to work icon on their name. So there was one person, I don't know him, no idea who he is. I basically was trying to see if I could send him a message. And you can, because it's like under the premise that because he's open to work, you can send him a message about a job opportunity. But what I sent him was the interview simulator information and a connection request. Well, he accepted the connection. And then there was another lady on that list who I didn't reach out to, but I was looking at her. I don't think I looked at her profile, but then yesterday I got a notification that she had viewed my profile.
Yeah.
And then, so last night I sent her a connection request and today she accepted it. So now I'm going to message her with the interview simulator. So I'm going to just chip away, I think, at finding people that are open to work. Clearly they're the target audience for the interview simulator. They're looking for a job. They're going to be interviewing. It's not like an efficient way of doing it.
How much are you charging for the interview simulator?
$20, $19.99.
Yeah, I was going to say that people like myself like feel vulnerable when they're out of a job, so they might be stingy with their money. But $20 is a solid investment, even if the course proves out to be garbage, which it's not.
Well, there's a 5-day challenge, so it's for free. So you can get 10 questions, and if the premise of it is listen to these questions, practice your answers. At the end of 5 days, like, have your interview skills improved? Invariably the answer is going to be yes. So it's like, well, so why wouldn't you want to spend $20 on the next 77 questions? Anyway,
fair point.
That's the theory. So things are shaping up.
It's a good morning.
And I have I had 2 peer coaching calls today. I canceled one of them because it's like the 3rd or 4th time with the same guy. And I just figured I'm way too busy to be doing that. So I canceled that one. So I'm free till 3:00. And then we got some app follow-up stuff. So do you have anything to add to this episode, or do you want to just
my day was pretty much all taken by tech stuff yesterday, which we're going to discuss in the next segment.
All right, cool. All right, we'll see you in the next segment.